Hey guys, so this is not going to be our normal unboxing. I have a very disappointing item here from the RealReal, and after I received it, I did a little digging into the company, and you'll probably want to watch this. Hello everyone, welcome. If you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Caleb, and on here you're going to find a lot of things like luxury shopping, reveals, reviews, a lot of luxury unboxings, luxury travel, daily vlogs, pretty much anything that has to do with life and style, you're gonna find right here on this channel. So before we go any further, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and say hi to me down in the comments. We have a lot of fun around here. It's just a fun, safe space for luxury lovers. So join in with our little community. Also, if you haven't followed me over on Instagram, go and check me out, caleb.snell.designer. Same name over on TikTok, and I'll have all the links and everything down below in the description for you guys. Now, I know that my introduction was very serious today, and to say that I'm a little bit peeved is a huge understatement. Now, this all happened probably about a week ago, and you know, I still need to ship the item back. I'm terrible with returns, but it left such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm probably going to be done with shopping at the RealReal for the foreseeable future. And that absolutely stinks because they have a beautiful showroom right here on Michigan Avenue here in Chicago. I think I took you guys to it in one of my previous Chicago luxury shopping vlogs, linked down below. And it's gorgeous. But after I received the item that I ordered, I did a little digging into the company and I found some fairly unsavory things. Now, I'm going to have links to the reports down in the description as well, so if you want to do some of your own research. The CNBC report that I will be referencing is from 2019, so it is a couple years old, so hopefully by now the RealReal has kind of gotten their act together, but after this recent experience, I'm not hopeful for that. So let me preface this with taking you guys back. I think this was what, Black Friday maybe? I don't remember. I had just bought my YSL Muse 2, carried it for a week, absolutely loved the bag. And I, of course, you know, I've been buying some larger bags. I have one of my Fendi Peekaboos back there. I think I might carry that sometime soon. It's a gorgeous bag. Anyway, with these larger bags, I needed like a pouch or something inside of them to like house my gum, my lip balm, Shiseido blotting paper, just, you know, like stupid odds and ends in your bag that just end up like rolling under your wallet or getting lost in a massive pocket. You know, typically, you know, I've been carrying the smaller bags with the, you know, the trend in the past few years, but mark my words, big bags are coming back in a big way. So I wanted to be prepared and buy some of these like pouches and organizational things. So that way I was kind of ahead of the curve before the trend really hit big and everything went back up in price. So enter the RealReal. Now, I've purchased one item from the RealReal before. If you watched, I think it might have been my birthday reveal video and unboxing, I showed a new Balenciaga, well, not new, it's from like 2012 or 2013, but the Balenciaga Compagnon wallet in the color Blue Maldives. Absolutely gorgeous. I actually carried it last week with my Balenciaga Barb's pouch. Again, link in the description. Absolutely love the wallet. Now, that transaction from the RealReal was pretty good. It was my first one. Now, if you're not familiar with the RealReal, it's very similar to, say, like Fashion File or Rebag, where they sell pre-owned luxury items. Now, are they on the same caliber as Fashion File and the Rebag or Yugi's Closet even? Probably absolutely not. One of my major gripes with the website, and if you just do a quick search, you'll find the same thing. A lot of their photos are inconsistent. Like some items are clearly professionally photographed in like say a photo booth. Other items, it looks like they just laid out on a table and took a photo with normal light. It's horrendously mismatched throughout the website, and it really makes it difficult for like a comparative shopping. Like on Fashion File, you can pull up like the same item, and 98% of the time the color is pretty much what you're going to get in person. Not so on the RealReal. Also, what I really don't like about the RealReal, some items will have, say, 12 or 15 photos. Other items, you're lucky if you even get a photo of the back side of the object, much less the label, which we'll see here in this. I'm going to show you guys the listing for my item. So already their website, it's off to a bad start. So the item that I purchased was the Balenciaga Motocross Classic Pouch. I've wanted one of these for a long time, and now that I've seen kind of what they're like, I'm gonna show you here in a minute. I really want one now, and I want to find one in a fun color, or maybe even black, because I have a lot of black bags. Anyway, so the item that I purchased, Balenciaga Motocross Classic Pouch, I used the 20% off code, so I think it went from like $175. After all the little discounts and things, I might have paid $130. 150, I don't remember. Anyway, so the website lists it as being in good condition, moderate creasing throughout, faint fading throughout, and for my fellow Balenciaga Motocross collectors, I mean, that's to be expected. The lambskin or the goat skin's gonna be a little creased, especially in the jewel tone shades. You're gonna have some fading if it wasn't kept in a dust bag or they had it in direct sun. It's the name of the game when collecting Balenciaga, so I thought, okay, it's gonna be a pretty good item. Now, from the photos, I could see there was a little bit of glazing loss across the top. Nothing I can't handle. I have some Black Phoebing's edge coat in my bag kit, if you will, so I can paint the edge coat back on. But you have a photo of the front. You have kind of a side angle photo where you can see a little bit of the corner. So I just assumed, I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, at 175, it wouldn't be perfect, right? Just wait till you see what I actually got. Then the back side looks pretty good, no major staining or anything. And then the interior shot, you don't have any of the hallmarks, so you can't tell if it's a Lampo zipper, what have you. You can't see the Balenciaga tag, much less the serial number underneath. Horrible, horrible, horrible photos overall. Now, believe it or not, this is actually not the worst on their website. They get pretty bad. Now, that same night I was going to purchase a Balenciaga A4 tote. It was really cool. It was white with like a black grid pattern, very 80s. I was living for it. It would match my vibe. I think it would be pretty cool, and I'm glad I didn't. But as I'm saying, these photos are horrendous. You can see how washed out this interior shot is. Like, terrible, but I took a chance. And what I really don't like about the RealReal is that the return policy is horrendous. A lot of things are marked final sale, especially if you're using a discount code. That's what I like about Fashionphile, Rebag, Yugi's Closet. You have like 2 weeks to 30 days, I can't remember which, to return your item as long as the tags are attached. And that's how it should be, because you always run the risk of maybe an item not being authentic, or in this instance, the quality is horrendous, absolutely terrible. Let's get into the item. It just comes in a plain brown box. Reuse me to consign or recycle me. I mean, I like that notion. Inside we have the item in a dust bag, and sell with us, consign with us, and what have you. And then my paperwork. Not much fanfare, unlike the Fashionphile boxes that we're all used to, especially on this channel. Can you tell I love Fashionphile? Anyway, so I'm honestly afraid to like hold this too much for you guys because it's literally about to fall apart. Okay. Here it is. Now, the edge coating along the top is much worse. The zipper pull here in the front, the tassel is literally about to break off. Like if I can show this to you guys and send it back to them without it breaking off entirely, it will be amazing. It'll be a miraculous feat. Now, what really sent me over the edge, aside from the broken tassel, because we all know if you watched my carbon video, like you cannot find replacement tassels, and if you can, they're an arm and a leg. This would be even more difficult because it'd be a thinner, smaller tassel for like the small leather goods. You're not gonna find that on the bag. So I would literally have to go to like a leathersmith and have it made. Throughout there is just like peeling of the leather. Like if it wasn't for this gouge here, I would almost accuse them of like a bait and switch in the photos. This is the only thing that looks anything remotely like the photos. Overall, it's pretty bad. Now, what really sent me over the edge, here at the bottom, there is an actual hole. Now, at first glance, I thought, oh, maybe just like the top chunk of the leather is missing, what are you gonna do? It's just gonna sit inside my bag anyway with some gum in it. Not a big deal. But upon closer inspection, there is an actual literal hole in the bottom of this pouch, and they had the nerve to list it as good condition. I mean, outrageous, right? Now then, upon closer inspection of the interior, I got to looking at the tag, and it's strangely shaped. I'm not accusing them of this being inauthentic. I'm guessing at some point maybe the previous owner tried to put it in the washer. I don't know, but this is a very strangely shaped and warped tag. I have a lot of Balenciaga bags and accessories to compare this to, so I think I would know, but there's something off about that tag. Anyway, so I checked the zippers. They are in fact Lampo, which is correct. Oh, pop stitches. Add that to the list. Anyway, so the whole thing here got me thinking, what's the RealReal really all about? Say that 10 times fast. So as I mentioned at the start of this video, I looked up, there were a ton of reviews on YouTube. So add this to the growing list of unhappy The RealReal shopping experience videos, if you will. So CNBC actually looked into The RealReal, and I was honestly kind of shocked and incredibly disappointed at what they were able to find out. So they actually got their hands on some documents that had leaked from inside the company. Now, I'm sure, Fashionphile, Rebag, Yugi's Closet, they might be in the same boat where, they're pushing some items through as authentic that, maybe they're just rushing to meet a quota they're not entirely sure on. But the level that it happens at The RealReal blew my mind. So when it comes to brands, I'm just going to cover a few of the big ones. So when it comes to Balenciaga, they only authenticate 4 things. So handbags, if they're from the motocross collection. So if you're going to buy something newer from like the Domenica Visalia collections, some of the Alexander Wang collections, if they don't fall into that motocross category, they're not authenticating them. That'll be your neoclassics, your triangle bags, your hourglass bags, not authenticated. If they're looking at wallets, if they're motocross, yes, they're going to authenticate them. But again, if it's like the newer like Pepier collection, Pepier, however you want to say it, they're not authenticating that. Pouches, motocross, so they authenticated this. They just completely, I don't know if they looked at it because they said it's good and it's not. And then for shoes, they're only checking the Speed Trainer and Triple S. That's it. Now when it comes to Burberry, if it's a check pattern item and is not a keychain, you're golden. If it's anything leather, Burberry Foursome, not looking at it. Chanel, they say they authenticate everything. Keep in mind though, Chanel actually sued them for selling counterfeits and inauthentic goods. I mean, Chanel sues everyone. They'll probably sue me after this video for mentioning them, but there was a lawsuit from Chanel against the RealReal. And then if it comes to Dior, unless you're buying a Lady Dior bag, buy with caution. Your saddlebags, your wallets, book totes. Someone actually on the Forbes website mentioned that someone purchased a $3,600 fake book tote. Gucci, yes, but only current label garments. So if you're buying like Tom Ford era, a little later on, not being looked at. Hermes, they say they do unless it's a garment or a shoe, so your Oron sandals could be fake. Louis Vuitton, everything, but only LV and Supreme garments. And with Prada, only leather handbags, wallets, and pouches. That is leaving out so many items that they sell on their website, not even being authenticated. And what is authenticated, according to some previous company employees, are being authenticated by the copywriters, the people writing the blogs and the Instagram posts. They have to meet a quota and authenticate everything in front of them in one day, and then they have to start it over and do it again tomorrow. And a lot of them admitted to not having any training or not having a background in authentication, and said they weren't sure on a lot of the items that they authenticated. And when they're selling at the volume that they do, that's a huge risk for the consumer. Something to think about. Amina Muwadi even found a fake pair of shoes they were selling. She's like, hey, I never made that style in a flat. You're selling a fake. So it's come up so much so, like with Fashion File, you hear like once in a while, okay, something slipped through, I got a fake card holder, this, that, or the other. You get it a lot with the RealReal. And a lot of the other videos that I saw online are echoing the same sentiment. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to be taking a break from the RealReal until some things get under control. Case in point, so we were recently at the RealReal here in town a couple months ago, and I was looking at a Birkin, and there was literal trash inside the pocket from the previous owner. Not a good look when you're trying to sell a $10,000 handbag. I'm not here to bash the RealReal. I just wanted to share with you guys my experience. Now with this item, even though it was marked as final sale online, they said I could return it. They haven't really committed to the fact that I'll get the full purchase price back. I've asked several times and they just give me a weird answer that has nothing to do with what I asked. So I'll send it back and I hope I get my money back in full. I don't really know. I don't know, it was just a bad experience. So I'm done with the RealReal for a while until they can get their act together. I don't know, did they grow too fast? Could they not keep up with the accelerated growth? I know they went public recently a couple years ago. Maybe they couldn't keep up with that and opening so many retail spaces and trying to be the big name in the pre-owned luxury market. Maybe they couldn't do everything all at once. I don't know, but if this small pouch is any indication, I'm glad I didn't buy a peekaboo for $4,000 or $5,000. And then have final sale. Not a risk I'm going to be taking again, so I think I will be sticking to my favorites. Fashion File, Yugi's Closet, and Rebag. It's going to be a minute before I can buy something from the RealReal. Alright you guys, so I know this is more of like a fun, upbeat, light channel, so I'm sorry for the negativity today. So disappointing. I promise you this weekend we're gonna have a lot more fun. So Sunday we're going to be taking an in-depth look at my trip to the La Roca Village in Barcelona. I'm going to cover, it's gonna be a 2-part series. So the first episode I'm going to cover how to get there, what stores and restaurants to expect when you arrive in the village. And then in the second video I have a reveal. I have a Gucci bag that I've been dying to show off and to use, and I can't because I haven't shared it with you guys yet. And then Zane actually bought something. Zane actually, this is a big deal. He never spends money on himself, and he actually did it for once, mind blown. We were at Prada and we left with something. he never buys himself anything. Maybe I'll get him on camera to share that with you guys. I don't know if I can coax him, but I will share that with you all as well. Yeah, it's just gonna be a fun time. I have a lot of great content planned for you guys up through February, so stick around. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below. I promise not all the videos are this negative. I've only ever had 2 other fails on this channel: the stinky Coach bag, you all remember that, and the Balenciaga midday fail, which was my fault. I shouldn't have bought a $200 bag thinking it was gonna be great. I take full responsibility on that one. Stinky Coach bag, not so much, and definitely not this one. I was duped by the RealReal. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. Stay safe, stay warm. It's freezing here in Chicago. It was 25 degrees today. I almost died. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. All right, you guys, bye-bye.